Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead. All right, you guys. So I'm actually on my way to New York. So I figured this is a good time to get some content out and to just talk about the things that's been on my mind. Because if I was with somebody in the car, I would be doing the same thing. So why not talk to my YouTube channel, right? Anyways, guys, I just want to talk about work for a second. So there's been a lot of transitions in my life. I've worked forever, like since a teenage. I always like to provide or have money for myself, and so that's always been a given for me. Whether I was working or selling candy, at one point I sold Snapples. Like at one point I was selling other stuff I probably shouldn't have been, but there's always been this thing in me to want to be able to survive, to make money, and to thrive, right? And so recently, as I get older, I'm realizing that, well, I've always felt this way, that I don't think there's really like too many dream jobs for me. And what I mean is, um, life is not about money. Like, like I thought life was about money. I thought I had to get more money. Then I got more money. Then I just needed more money. And then I just felt like my time was being wasted because I felt like God put more value in me, but I wasn't pouring it all out in the world. And so I'm realizing now that, like, I'm appreciative for the job that I had because I met amazing people. I'm appreciative for the position I have right now, but there seems to not be a dream job for me because my dream job is just to give, to serve, to encourage other people, to create things that make people think. Like I don't really see myself happy going into the same place for 20 years until they tell me I could finally sit down and relax because my body's starting to break down, if that makes sense. And so I've always had this feeling since a little kid too. I remember when I found, or I first heard, I think I was like 9 years old when I heard adults say that the goal is to land a good job and then work that job for 20 years. Like I already knew from a little youth, I said, listen, I ain't about to be going nowhere for 20 years. Like, you mean to tell me when I first get this job, I'm gonna be looking good? By the time I leave this job, I'm gonna be aged a little more? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And so getting older and watching, and going into these different spaces, God has been so kind to elevate me. And so in my 20s, I've been in places that people in their 40s would have been. In my, you know what I'm saying, or 50s, people have thrived to get to this place years, but God put me to the front, and allowed me to get there, and I'm grateful for that. But what it's shown me is that it's not about a job, it's not about money, it's not about any of that. It's about my purpose. How am I serving in life? Like, and I really realized that once I got a job that was flexible, where I kind of could work with the hours and do whatever, not whatever, but like, do my job, but work around the hours and get things done in life. And I realized that I'm not cheating anybody but myself if I'm not bringing purpose to this world, if I'm not sharing the gifts that I have in a way that's going to cause change. And the only change I really want to cause in this world is to talk to people. Like, that is my desire. Like, I like having conversations. The thing that makes me feel fulfilled in life is when I finish having conversations with a homeless person, the thing, or somebody that I just never would have talked to. The things that make me fulfilled in life is when I can encourage somebody. The things that make me feel good in life is when I could give someone else an opportunity, like, to just be heard. Like, like, that is what I love. I love to share stories of my own, and I love to hear other people's stories. And I realize as I go to these jobs that it's, at first when you go to the job, you could be like, it's other people, it's other things, it's the systems, but sometimes it's not those things. Sometimes it's just our body, our spirit's way of saying, find out your real purpose in this life, find out what you really love to do regardless to the paycheck. And I think that's where I am right now. And so right now, honestly, I realized, I look back and I was like, I've been working since, well, forever, but at least a strong 9 to 10 years straight. In these last 3 years, I've been a 12-month employee, meaning that I work all 12 months of the year. So after Christmas, I'm back at work in all of these different things. And I don't want to do it no more. There's not, when I die, again, I'm going to keep bringing up this 85-year-old theory that I have. When I'm 80 or 85 years old, I promise you, I do not think that I'm going to be sitting there asking myself, why didn't I spend 20 or 30 years at a job? And so I'm just trying to figure this out because my passion is to use my gifts. Like, I sometimes the Lord lets me make music. Sometimes the Lord lets me do podcasts or have good episodes. Sometimes He lets me write good pieces. Sometimes He lets me have good conversations. And my goal in life is just to do those things on to the greatest capacity of my potential. and my main goal is just to spread the gospel, like whatever that looks like. And so, I don't want to chase a check anymore. I don't want to chase clout anymore, positions anymore, uh people's affirmations anymore. I just want to serve God. I just want to get his word out. I just want to encourage other people, and that's really what I desire to do. But honestly, 9 to 5 is cool, and don't get me wrong, I do like it. I like working somewhat because I like having structure to my schedule. But the more I realize that, and the more I get into the space, I'm realizing that I gotta figure something out. Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And so, yeah, that's all, y'all. I just wanted to talk about that for a little while. But yeah, let me know. Do you have a dream job, or what do you think is your purpose or passion on this world? I don't know. I'm curious to know, you guys. So let me know. All right.